optic transport, long-distance fiber optic transport, and flat-rate dial-up. We had all that in the U.S. in the 80s and 90s.
That's right.
The rest of the world didn't have it. Simply put, the internet happened in the U.S. because of that, not because of ARPANET and all of these things. In fact, many of the protocol stacks that were developed, and even some of the language, www, HTML, HTTP, a lot of that stuff was developed more in Europe than it was in the U.S. So it was the economic foundations that led to all of that, right? And we, I forget the original question. Net neutrality. So as we started backpedaling in terms of this openness, a bunch of academics got together and said, oh, let's keep the net neutral. Well, you got to understand, the net was always tied to the access layers. And the net people don't want to recognize that or understand that what I call the upper layers of the information stack, the content, the websites, the applications, all those things, ride over these pipes. And this Skype connection needs to evolve to be high definition and full duplex and real time. And you can have your whole audience watching it on a high definition screen in a few years. That's where we need to be. We should be there today, but that's where we need to go. So net neutrality is something that people believe has been lost. That is a catalyst to a lot of discussion and debate going on in Washington. A lot of Wall Street, particular venture capitals, will begin to rethink the business models. It will have a negative impact on a lot of businesses trying to raise money over the next 12 months. And so the government will have to respond and say, okay, what do we do with this? And I don't have the outcome, but I think there's going to be some very interesting debate over the next 12 to 24 months. Chairman Wheeler is a very, very accomplished, knowledgeable chairman. I think probably one of the best ones we've seen in a long, long time, if ever. He's a noted historian. His mentor, if you will, is Abraham Lincoln. He's written Abe Lincoln's T-mails, documenting how he was the first president to win the war electronically using the telegraph. And that goes back to my notion of the digital revolution that began 170 years ago. And in some ways, this fight between the content and application companies, the Netflixes, the Googles, and the bandwidth providers, the Comcasts and Time Warners, is analogous, or a good metaphor,